Ever wonder how some pieces of content seem to explode online while others just vanish into the abyss of mediocrity as you scroll and see one like and it's your best friend? What if I told you there was a proven formula behind viral content? You've heard it right. Going viral isn't some stroke of luck. It's an actual science. There's a formula, a proven formula behind going viral. And it's not a stroke of luck, it is science. So today we're going to dive in to a system that's rooted in psychology and data and a whole lot of testing. Whether you're a small business owner, content creator, or a brand looking to make an impact, I'm about to break down how you can make your content go viral consistently. So stick with me. This is going to change the way you approach content creation.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Weekly Broadcast. Looking to boost your business with the latest trends, innovative tech, and must-have resources? Join us to discover how to successfully scale your practice and automate the process. Here to guide you is your host, the dynamic leader of Advisor Marketing Hub and managing partner at American Financial, Rob Sousa.
Hey everyone, Rob Sousa here for another episode of the Digital Advisor Weekly. And today we're talking about a proven viral video formula. Now that's a mouthful. Let's start with the basics. Going viral is not a fluke. It's not about luck. It's about understanding the psychology behind what makes people click, watch, and importantly, engage. Brendan Kane, the expert behind this system, has broken it down into a repeatable formula that can be applied to just about any industry and any platform. No more guessing, no more hoping for the best. You can make viral content, and it's all about how you do it. By the way, if you're a marketing VA watching today, and you're going to want to take notes because you want to ensure that AI doesn't take your job. And these sorts of formulas that allow you to study human behavior and create viral content is going to be your secret.
Our job as content creators of mastering social media is how do we grab that attention, but then how do we tell an effective story that holds that attention long enough, longer than the billions of other pieces of content, longer than our competition. And if you do that, the algorithms will become your best friends.
And how do we grab attention? And that's going to be with hooks. So we're talking about hooks that stop people from scrolling. Imagine your audience is zipping through an endless feed and they don't even know what they're looking for sometimes. Your job? Make them stop dead in their tracks, even if it's just for a moment. And you got to use a bold statement or a visual pattern interrupt. All of those ideas we're going to talk about, but those pattern interrupts can do amazing things.
So when it comes to making content on YouTube or really anywhere, there's a concept called a hook, right? And the hook is basically where you grab somebody's attention when the video first starts, and then you bring them, into the content. Part of grabbing their attention when it comes to long form content after they click on the video is just letting people know, hey, I'm going to give you what you actually clicked on for, or what you clicked on, right? Like what you're expecting right now is what you're going to get. And you do that by just reaffirming what it is that you are going to be doing in the video. In addition,
and once you grab their attention with a great pattern interrupt hook, then you got to keep their attention. And this is where most content fails. People, they deliver a great hook, and then the viewer is let down with not a lot of real content. It's just fluff or a sales plan. The secret, deliver value immediately. Give them something that they can take away. Don't use clickbait, no selling, just real actionable information.
You have to keep giving them something of true true value, not just a thing you
100%.
threw together, because people do not care about your business. They don't. Like, you care about your business because you have to. It's your business. It's your livelihood. We have this assumption that I'm going to put this out there into the world and people are going to shop at my place or buy my product because I'm a local business or because I'm an XYZ business or a women-owned business or whatever it might be. And we don't take a step back and think, wait, did we skip step one? Do we actually have something of true value at every stage of this process that we're offering?
Okay, so we grab their attention with a hook. We keep their attention by giving them quality content, and then we've got to figure out how to monetize that attention. Now, this all depends on your business goals, and your content should align with what you're trying to achieve. Now, in Better Automate, Advisor Marketing Hub, we try and convert people from a broadcast into some sort of lead capture. Now, we happen to do a workshop as lead capture that works very, very well, but for each company, it's going to be something a little bit different. It may be attending a live event, but it's important that you figure out, what do you need to do to actually monetize your content? You're not just going viral to go viral. You're actually trying to accomplish a goal. Your content should align with what that goal is, and it not be about virality. So it's about using your virality to drive business forward, which means sales. Whether it's building trust, capturing leads, nurturing, or driving sales, every piece of content should help you get closer to that goal.
You hear of kids making $1 million who are 19 selling Legos on YouTube. Listen to me. The number one opportunity in our society right now, making a video every day. And now let's talk about what video. The reason I popped in 2006, 7, 8, 9 in the wine business was because my number one goal was not to sell wine. It was to educate people about wine. Whoever has the most guts in this room to go on social and give people advice on how not to hire them to help them because they can do the exercises themselves is the person that's going to get the most business.
Thanks, Gary. Gary's one of my favorites. I watch him every day. But here's the cold hard truth. We're going to dive into each one of these pieces, the hook, the keeping attention and monetizing. We're going to start with the hook. And here you've got about 3 seconds to grab someone's attention. That's it. And if you don't hook them in that time, they're gone. The best part, it's not about creating some epic production or fancy visuals. It's all about how you grab their attention from the very get-go. So let's talk about some actionable tips. You can use surprises, whether it's an unexpected statistic or bold claim that sparks curiosity, or break up the monotony with something visual, something unusual that catches your eye and makes you want to stop and see, what is that? The goal? To make the viewer think, wait, what's this? I want to check this out. I don't believe this. Wait, what do they mean by this? I want to know more. That's the reaction you're trying to evoke, and you've got 3 seconds to do it. So how does this work in the real world? Maybe you're in finance. Try something like the shocking truth about saving for retirement. Well, what shocking truth? They want to figure out what you're talking about. Or this one thing could make you retire 10 years earlier. That's a hook. Everybody would like that. Who wouldn't like that? It's specific, it's intriguing, and it's hard to scroll past it without at least giving it one more second to see what the answer is.
I studied 3 popular YouTubers, and I found they have one thing in common that gets them more views consistently. This is Joshua Mayo. The way he starts his video is the exact same way every single time. He sits down at his desk, lights a match, and lights a candle. It creates familiarity with the audience, it's comfortable for them, and it's predictable, and people can trust you. This is Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast does one thing better than any YouTuber on this platform. He shows you exactly what it is that you're getting into. The title and the thumbnail are promised within the first 3 to 10 seconds, and there's no room for guessing. This is Jesser. Much like Mr. Beast, he confirms to the viewer what you're getting into. However, he reinstates the title word for word so it confirms to the viewer that what they clicked on is what they're getting. What does this mean for you? Well, there's multiple ways to hook people into your video, whether that's creating the same style of background to create a level of familiarity and get people comfortable with you, or showing them exactly what it is that you're doing so they have no questions, or number 3, reinstate the title to them so they know exactly what they clicked on.
Okay, before we dive any deeper, let's debunk a few social media myths, because they seem to trip up so many of us and slow us down from actually growing in our social media. And you know the old saying, if you're not growing, yeah, you're dying. All right. So first, you need years of experience or massive budgets to make it happen, or time. Or you need a 10-person production team and a multi-million-dollar spend to get traction. Or what you need is a deep understanding about what works and what doesn't work. Well, let's break those down for a second, because those can be huge mental roadblocks that keep you from getting out there and testing content. So number 1, viral content does not require high production value. It's not about fancy cameras and big budgets. Content like viral TikToks or Instagram Reels often come from just a smartphone camera, could even be walking down the street and create with a creative idea that you're sharing to the cameras you're walking. Quality beats production value every single time. Creativity also beats production value, and everybody owns a phone. Okay, the second myth, you don't need to be everywhere. Very true. Spreading yourself across every platform can actually hurt your brand. Pick one platform and master that platform first. If you're not growing on the platforms you're on, scale it back and focus on one and start to grow your views on that platform before you move across multiple others. Don't create one piece of content and splash it across all your platforms. Master it before you move on. Another myth, frequency doesn't beat quality. So posting 5 times a day won't do you any good if the content isn't strong. If you don't have a hook and add value and monetize it, well, then you're really just wasting your time. Focus on fewer, perfect them, then scale. Hashtags don't matter like they used to. Stop obsessing over hashtags for visibility. It's the content that matters most. The algorithms don't need the hashtags anymore. They're so smart in today's day and age, hashtags will become irrelevant, I believe, in the next 12 months. Okay, number 5, you can go viral in any industry. And that is absolutely true. I'm not going to take the time to show you, but I could show you about 15 financial channels that actually have 1 million views. And so even if it seems boring, finance, health, legal services, those industries can break through the noise with the right approach. Unsexy industries can still make a big splash if you know how to nail your content strategy.
Steve Sousa.
Okay, so let's going viral and being live and being called by a family member in the middle of a live show. Pushes right through your mute, do not disturb function on your phone. Where were we? We were on number 6. Going viral is a skill, not luck. This is probably one of the most important takeaways for today. So please write this down. Okay. Viral videos is not just total luck. And if you just try it enough, you'll figure it out. It's all about testing. Most of the people on this call are sales agents or financial advisors, and you study analytics or you study numbers all the time. Well, take your own advice, study your analytics, study your numbers, and you will figure out what works and what doesn't work. It's not a fluke. It is a method. You just have to do the analysis. So we've debunked the most common myths about viral content. Now let's zoom in. This next clip breaks down how the best creators are dominating social media in 2025.
The single greatest opportunity in the world for people to change the outcome of how they live or how their business is doing is called organic social media. Social media posts without spending media. I continue to fly around the world begging people to hear me. It's free. The first 10 years I understood. It took time to build up to a level, and most of you do not have patience. But that's not even what it is anymore. There are people literally in here who've never posted on social and are gonna post on TikTok, and the 6th video is gonna get more views than I get, and I've been doing it every day for almost 20 years.
Yep. Looks like Jacob, oh, okay, there we go. Jacob from San Francisco, do I need a high production quality to go viral? Absolutely not. And that's probably one of the biggest excuses people tell me. Oh, yeah, well, I haven't recorded anything yet because I haven't gotten my ring light and my 1080p webcam. And the reality is you don't need any of that. Pull your iPhone out, go for a walk, turn the camera on, and just start sharing your ideas. All right. So we're moving into the research-backed strategy, testing and refining. This is the part that should be easy for financial advisors that are on this call, because this is what you do every day, all day. So let's get into the research side of things. Brendan Kane's approach isn't based on guesswork. It's about understanding what works and what doesn't work. So he suggests studying what he calls gold content or bronze content. So his gold content are the posts that go viral and you get a huge spike in views, and then the posts that seem to not go anywhere. So what you're trying to do is figure out, based on Brendan's guide, is what is gold, which is you want to repeat, and what is bronze. Don't repeat something that's not getting views. And I keep seeing that, and I want to shake people. You've done the same post 15 times. The most any of them have gotten is 1 or 2 likes, maybe from a friend and your brother or mom. Then stop repeating it. If it doesn't work, you're wasting your time. Only repeat what works. Study the analytics and repeat what is successful. And by identifying what's driving success in your viral content, you can start crafting your own posts that have a higher chance of going viral. Now, I have a question in the chat. What if nothing goes viral? Okay, then try something new. And we're giving you a bunch of new ideas today. And show up at the workshop on Friday, because we're going to give you a ton of ideas, ton of hooks, and we're going to optimize for each platform. And so you could get some really specific new ideas to try and make sure that your social media is growing. All right, key takeaways. Every piece of content should be treated like an experiment. You've got to hypothesize, test, and then analyze what worked and what didn't work. This is where the magic happens. You're not just guessing, you're learning what connects and what does not with your audience. And once you start seeing content creation as a science and not luck, then the next question is, how do you make it resonate with anyone, anywhere? That's where Brendan Kane's genius really comes in. So let's dive into the next video.
Nick DiGiovanni doesn't take photos of his food and post it on Instagram. He films the process of him making it. Bob Ross, he didn't show off his paintings. He showed people his technique. Tyler Path doesn't just show off his muscles. He shows you the correct form. People don't care for the final product unless they see the process behind it.
Okay, and I think Diana posted that question a little late because I just went over that about testing, so she can watch the replay in the last segment. Because we're going to move on to viral content formats. I'm trying to squeeze a lot in 30 minutes, and I'm going to speed up here a little bit. Proven formats at work. Remember, content creation doesn't have to be a constant reinvention of the wheel. Kane teaches that there are proven formats for viral content and specific to each platform, and you should be using them and not constantly starting from scratch. Let's give you just 3 examples real quick so we don't spend too much time. One that I really like is 2 characters, 1 light bulb. It's a forum that presents 2 opposing sides and then introduces a new surprising idea that changes everything. It's perfect for debunking myths or showing a new perspective moment where they feel like they get a new opinion. The second one would be like walking listicles is one of the ones that he calls it. This is a fun one because it's quick tips or listicles presented while on the move. It keeps the content dynamic and engaging because, again, pattern interrupt. If everything is moving around you as you're talking and giving some really quick tips, and this is typically for a video short, is super helpful and successful. The last one's going to be stranger on the street, or what we call man on the street. I love these. In fact, American Financial's been recording these the last few weeks, and we're launching next week with our first episode that is strictly man on the street interviews. And then we combine that with the 2 characters, 1 light bulb. So with man on the street, which is you interviewing people on the street randomly to get responses, it humanizes your content by the interview or capturing that real world, real moment. It makes your content more relatable. And there are some surprises that usually will come up as you engage the viewers in unexpected ways. These formats, they all work because they simplify complex ideas, and it helps the viewers to instantly connect with what you're trying to share or teach. But the real key is making content that's digestible. In the next video, we'll break down how to structure your message so it sticks, no matter who's watching.
Anything can be made to go viral. Oftentimes people will think or say, oh, my subject matter is not sexy enough. It's not interesting, but taxes go viral, insurance goes viral, real estate goes viral. And it's really about how do we make the general audience care? Because again, the algorithms have so much content to choose from. They want to see your content to millions of people and still hold attention. So one of the biggest mistakes people make is people are still operating off the old paradigm of creative processes that were designed pre-social media, which is I'm going to create a very niche piece of content for a very niche audience. Now that can still work for paid, but when we're talking about organic, that's not how these social media platforms operate. So what we have to do from a hook perspective and a retention perspective is how do we make our content digestible and interesting to anybody?
Okay, so let's talk about algorithms for a second. To truly win on social media, you need to think about what the algorithm wants, and it's different by each platform. Here's a secret. It's not about getting massive reach. It's about getting people engaged for as long as possible. Algorithms love retention, comments, likes, shares, and they prioritize the content that keeps eyeballs on the screen. For an optimization tip, I would focus on the content that makes people stay. Test your content with a small group first and see if it works. You can always change a hook, add value in the middle, and improve the offer or call to action at the end. It's scale. Also pick one platform and again, perfect that first before you move on. Make sure that you're growing on that platform before you try and perfect the next one. Then repurpose it for the other platforms and learn as you go. Don't spread yourself too thin.
The algorithms are designed to do one thing, and that's keep people on the platforms longer. So the longer they're watching your videos, the more ads they can serve, the more profit they generate. So this isn't like Netflix where they invest billions of dollars in original content to keep you on their platform. They rely on us as content creators to be the fuel that runs them. So they want to see us succeed. They want to partner with us. And the way the algorithms work is a high level analogy is like you'll post something and let's say they see it to 100 people, and they'll measure how effective you are in terms of stopping the scroll and retaining that audience. And if it's successful, then I'll do another 100. And if it's successful there, they'll keep extending out there. But if with those first 100 people or at any of those benchmarks, it's not effective in stopping the scroll and holding attention, they'll cut the reach right there.
And I'm telling you, it is time to change our approach to content creation. We've got to stay relevant with the rapidly changing algorithms and attention spans of your viewers. Let's throw away the old way of doing things. The traditional model is broken, and it's happening faster and faster. The traditional model is rigid content calendars, posting blindly with no real feedback loop, not checking analytics, post as much as you can, hopefully something will stick. Kane's approach flips this on its head. Content creation is all about optimization and iteration. So in this new approach, instead of planning a month of posts all at once, test as you go. Look at what works in real time, make adjustments, and continuously improve. It's fewer and better pieces of content that will outperform a sea of unforgettable ones.
Success on YouTube was predicated on if you had a following, then you posted content and your audience saw some of that content. Those old rules are dying off. Now these platforms are serving up content based on what people are interested in. The reason that's an opportunity is we are living in a world where a good piece of content can go from 0 to 1 million views in a matter of hours, days, or weeks, because you tap into what people are interested in.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to quickly give you a cheat sheet. Let's see if my producer can keep up. Number 1, hook them fast and don't waste time. Number 2, tell a great story and deliver real value. 3, test, learn, and tweak constantly. 4, master one platform and then expand. And I'm going to give you a bonus one, which I don't even think my producer has. Even niche topics can go viral if you craft universal hooks. I'm going to say that before my wrap up because it's so valuable. Even niche topics can go viral if you craft a universal hook. And that's a new paradigm for me that I'm even having to adjust in the last few months. Okay, let's watch one last video as I do our final wrap up.
How can you make your content, your video, interesting to somebody that has no interest in your business, no interest in you, doesn't know who you are? So like a prime example of that is there's a YouTuber called Graham Stephan who teaches finance to millennials. Now, finance is not a very sexy subject. So his most viewed video is how I bought a Tesla for $78. So what he's doing, and it has like 7 or 8 million views. What he's doing is he's playing to that general audience. Even if you don't have an interest in finance, you would have an interest in seeing how this guy bought a Tesla for $78. And within that story that he's telling, he is teaching finance to his core expertise, to the audience that he wants. So he's going super wide with making it for a general audience, but at the same time, subtextually, he is teaching the principles of what he represents.
And at the end of the day, going viral isn't about luck. It's about having a system by testing, tweaking, and continuously optimizing your content. Can you create posts that grab attention, hold interest, and then drive results? No more guessing, no more hoping, just smart data-driven strategies that work. Now, if you want to dive deeper into this system and learn how to stay relevant in a competitive market, join us Friday for a free how-to workshop, where it's going to be how to use timely content to stay relevant in the competitive market by platform with hooks and value in between. We will help you develop a real world strategy that you can begin testing. Trust me, you don't want to miss this workshop where we're actually going to help you develop your own strategy Just click on the link in the description to sign up. And hey, don't be shy. Let's get you back on track. And which is part of today's system is and I'd like you to comment down below if you can for me before we leave. What part of today's system was most eye-opening for you? Was it the hook, the valuable content in the middle, or how to convert the CTA? Now you got to do all three, but which one was for you where you feel like you need the most amount of work to make the adjustments? Put that in the comments below. And if you want to get more hands-on with the system, don't forget the Friday's how-to workshop. We'll take that deep dive and help you develop an actual strategy. And if you're struggling with writer's block or short on time, you can't make Fridays, no worries. Just drop GPT in the comments. And the bonus that I'm giving away today is a free access to the viral social media post generator that's been updated with the principles of everything we've taught today. Most importantly, that broad hook and then narrow content that they can take away that's valuable and keeps their interest. And it could become your new best friend for scripting and batching content like a pro. We're also going to be handing that out on Friday as well. And if you still need help, let's chat. Book a 15-minute content strategy call. And anybody who's watched today's episode, I'd be happy to help you develop your own personalized content strategy in 15 minutes. And you can go to 15 minutes with Rob, or is it schedule15minutes.com? Again, schedule15minutes.com, and I can help you do that. And remember, you don't need Hollywood set to make an impact online. You just need the right message, the right format, and the confidence to hit record. And then I guess hit post, right? Every post is like a silent handshake with your future client. So plan it like a pro and prioritize it, because it's the whole start of your sales funnel. Show up like a champ and let your content do the heavy lifting while you focus on what you do. And that's serving your clients. This has been another Digital Advisor Weekly Live. Join us every Wednesday morning. And hey, don't forget, join us on Friday for our hands-on coaching session where we'll break down how to script, shoot, schedule, and post your first batch of viral-ready content on a budget. It's easier than you think. For the rest of you, I'll see you next Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific. Same time, deeper insights. Stay sharp, stay visible, and I'll catch you in the digital world.